Hey, I'm Mack. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm starting to get the idea that maybe you guys saw me reading that group chat from Monat, from, Bianca and whoever else. And you're thinking that I was not, being positive about them. Some of you think that I was, criticizing or lampooning it. So I don't know where you got that idea, but I'm gonna guess it is probably my team's fault. Okay? So, let me just state for the record that I think they are just the most inspiring, professional business owners. I get so much motivation and inspiration from them. And so as punishment, we are gonna go get inspired together by sitting in on a little zoomy zoom from them. A little zoomy zoom mid-month motivation that was sent to me by an anonymous source. That's right, I got anonymous sources. Alright, so without further ado, drum roll. Let's go!
What have you done this month to build momentum? Okay, so in my personal business, I did those 2 events in New York with Joe for everyone to be able to attend and bring momentum into their business. I'm also doing the Project Growth series. I also kicked up my content by hiring someone to help me. I do all of these things with intention, right? And I want to see what you guys are doing. So events, getting together with my girls, doing motivation calls with my girls, 7 days of consecutive trainings open for the public. I love that abundance mindset of I'm going to give.
You're such a giver, just giving, Monat trainings to the public. Really?
It's going to come right back to you. More calls with my girls, work dates. Okay. Team retreat. That sounds awesome. And just read this whole chat, guys. Like, people are doing the work. So ask yourself, have you done anything with intention this month to get better results than last? And that is, how we're going to get to the next level. So it is the 17th of the month. So we're more than halfway through the month. And I want you guys to audit where you are in comparison to last. If you are currently not at a better place than last month, ask yourself why. Okay. And one big trend that I notice is that sometimes we are just doing the work. So we're just praying for things to happen. But guys, there's going to have to be moments in your business where you make things happen. Okay.
So you're doing the work, but you're also just praying. That doesn't make any sense to me. How can you be doing the work, but not what? So they're always so full of contradictions. Like, you're doing the work, you're not doing the work. It's easy, it's hard. You're doing the work, but you're not doing it right. You're praying too much. I don't know. God, this makes no sense already.
You've got a team of 5 people that are trying to get you to MMB, but those same 5 people have been trying to get you to that rank for the past 4 months. It's time to, stop pouring so much into these people that maybe don't have your same vision and desire. Find the people that do. And sometimes that's a hard pill to swallow, right? To think that you want it more than other people around you, but it's just the way it is. Not everyone's going to share your vision. So your job right now, halfway through the month, what you should have already been doing, what I hope you do today and moving forward, is 1, inspire the heck out of your team. Okay, inspire them by being there for them, by writing on those chats, by hyping them up, but by also walking the walk, by doing the things that you would wish that they would do as well. Okay. And then just make sure that you go deep into your lines right now, because we are getting so close to the end of the month. And the last thing I want to see is people miss ranks by a hair. If you guys have experienced this in the past,
it's ironic that it's Monat and they're missing the ranks by a hair. Honestly, that hair probably fell out. It's probably why you're missing it by a hair. You'd still have that hair if you didn't use Monat.
You know what it feels. So don't allow yourself to experience the same things month and month again. I want you guys to build that confidence. And how do we, build that confidence? By showing up and making sure that we get the results that we want in our business. Personally, I'm on a high with some of my builders that I've been working on, because I've noticed a few things in them. And I'm going to share what I'm noticing, because in hopes of inspiring you, right? A consistency that is unshakable. So right now I'm working with a small group of girls that I don't ever have to check their Instagram. I'm that.
I'm just going to say you should never have to check your employee's Instagram. This is the reality, is they're going to check through your social media, and then they're going to get mad at you when you're not, being annoying enough about Monat. That's what she's talking about here. I would say, rule of thumb, if a job is going to check your Instagram every fucking day, I would look for a different one. I'm just saying. Like, can you imagine so basically, like, any time that you post on your Instagram and it's not about Monat, you haven't posted about, they're going to be like harassing you. Mind you, this is probably on your personal Instagram. For the love of God, like, let me post whatever I fucking want. Get out of my face. Okay? It's bad enough that I have to buy you your promotions. Get out of my... I just want you to realize how much they talk about this is going to be, just in your free time. It's going to be a side hustle. And yet, they're going to be checking your Instagram on a regular basis to make sure that you're posting enough. That's how much of your life they're going to take over.
Leader. And if you guys aren't that leader, be that leader that actually checks, because then you can hold them accountable. Your team.
Oh, disgusting. You can be the one that holds them accountable. You can be the one that bothers them about what they're posting on their own Instagram account. Gross. Do you see how this is just an absolute nightmare? An absolute nightmare. An expensive nightmare.
They need someone that they actually feel like, okay, she's looking out for me. I want, in the beginning, people want that boss almost. Like, they want someone that's holding them accountable. So if you have a brand new...
I do not want a boss who's going to hold me accountable by checking my Instagram.
Following up with them. Hey, Stacy, Stacy, I just saw your name, so that's why I brought you up. But hey, Stacy.
Are you sure that's why she brought you up?
Stacy, I've noticed you haven't been posting. Like, where are you currently? Like, are you nervous to post? Like, help them. If you've got new girls.
I'll tell you where I am. I'm right behind you, about to punch you in the back of the head.
Don't be afraid to help them, but you can't help them if you don't know where they are with their business. So something that I've been noticing that a lot of, girls are doing right now in my personal team that's making me very happy is that consistency, guys. And they're getting results and they're signing up market partners because of that consistency.
How much are they selling? Oh, that's right. You don't give a shit.
Thing is collaboration. Okay, they're getting amazing results because they're sharing not only their own story, but the story of their sidelines, the stories of their downlines, of their uplines. That consistency and that collaboration alone is building such amazing momentum in these girls.
Let me tell you what she means by this. Because the people that are in the downline generally don't have any success, because most people in Monat don't, most people lose a lot of money, which is not a terribly attractive story to tell in your attraction marketing. She's talking about use other people's stories of success, like your sideline or your upline, because they're making so much money off of you, because when you have to get your PV every month, and then Bianca over there is inviting you into a group chat to pressure you into giving them more money so that they can rank up, well, then they can come back and tell the people you're recruiting about how much fucking money they make off of your ass. Because it's a lot better to hear about how much money they're sucking out of you than to hear about you losing that same money. It's a much more attractive story, isn't it? That's what she's talking about with this collaboration. When she's saying collaboration by sharing your stories, she means your story sucks. So you're going to have to tell about our story, the uplines, because we're the only ones making money.
Those businesses that it's truly inspiring me as their upline. Okay. And even further, something that they're really pushing to do is just like focusing on growth. What could we do today better? And I don't know if you guys are noticing this, but I'm learning from my own downlines. Like I'm watching this fresh, group of girls that have been building, for a while, but don't quit. Like I'm witnessing and watching the way that they're running their businesses, and it's inspiring me. So make sure that you guys understand, no matter what rank you are, that you could always find inspiration time and time again in this business, as long as you're willing to look for it, as long as you're planting yourself in the right places. Okay. So another thing that I noticed that these girls are always doing is the reflection. Sometimes I don't even need to ask them, hey, what's going on? It's been slow the past few days. They'll literally write out a long message because they know that we all learn from each other and that the community is priceless. And they write a long message saying, this is where I've been the past few days. I've reflected on my work. This is why I didn't do what I did. I'm ready to show up better tomorrow. Thank you.
But you can just do it in pockets of time. It's a side hustle for your free time. But I'm going to be on your ass if you don't post enough for the past few days. I'm going to be like, why don't you reflect on that for me? Let me tell you, if an employer tells you they need to reflect on shit, leave.
Guys, for continuing to work and inspiring me. And I guess what you can take from everything I've shared is that there's this community within my organization, this very small community. It's just about like 10 girls that are sticking together so hard that they're not only motivating themselves and each other, but getting better results in their business. So if you guys aren't building those communities within your own organization, start, guys, because we need that. We need that. And I noticed that the times where we have the most momentum in our businesses is when we have that. And I understand that not everyone that comes in is going to share that same vision or have that same desire. But as a leader, and all of you guys are leaders, right? Be able, make sure that you are trying to build that. So put people together in group chats, like whether it's a level 1 and a level 3. I try to stick to my directs, but if I have a girl who is lost in the sauce down there and her uplines quit, I'm going to bring them in too. And the reason why I do this is because, guys,
that's how you make money, is because you make money off of their PV and their recruits. That's the reason why you do it. And that's the only reason why you do it. Okay? So what we're about to hear from her is we're about to hear her lie about her bullshit reasons for helping these people, because she doesn't want to tell you that it's because she needs you to spend more money so that she can have that money.
I want you to have the abundance mindset. Believe in each other, believe in one another, believe in your teams, pour into your teams. I know maybe it's not the best numbers, maybe it's not the best month, but if you give up, it's going to be an even worse month. So I don't want you guys to think, oh, we have such little time left, or, oh my God, we have such little numbers. I want you guys to choose the perspective and say, you know what? I still have about 2 weeks left. I have 2 girls that are killing building it. It doesn't matter if you don't have the perfect dream team right now. You are working up to it. You are building to it. But you need to really be building. You can't be having pessimistic thoughts, talking down on people like.
All right, well, there we go. You are not allowed at Monat to have any thoughts that are pessimistic. All right? So, not allowed pessimistic thoughts. That is thought crime number 1.
Build that culture and that life. And I just want you guys to make yourselves proud, okay? By showing up today, tomorrow, the day after, every single day until the month ends.
Pockets of time. Pockets of time. Pockets of time.
Because if you do that, I promise you, not only are the ranks and the money going to come, but the confidence is. And if there's one thing that allows people to truly shine in this business is the confidence, okay?
I was going to say shamelessness, but okay.
Do it and do it anyways and not care what anyone's thinking. And don't wait for your upline to host the call. Don't wait for someone else to do the do for you to be inspired to do the do.
Do the do? Is Monat working with Pepsi now? Do the do? I'm pretty sure that is like trademarked or something. I don't think you can say do the do.
Wake up today for your business, because every single one of you, every single 834 of you on this call, you run your own
834. Let's just do a little quick math here. She's got 834 people in her downline. I assume this is her downline. With just the $2,400 that each market partner is required to pay in to stay active, because they gotta have 200 PV every month, that downline minimum brings in $2 million every year. 834 times 2,400 is over $2 million. And that's just the minimum PV requirement. And that's just the people on this call. Just the people on this call. And I assume her entire downline is not on this call. Think about that. $2 million minimum. Just the people on this. Don't you ever think that there is any motivation in these uplines that is not financial. And let me tell you, people will say a lot of things to 834 people when they know that those 834 people are worth a guaranteed over $2 million a year to them. $2 million.
Individual business, and your energy is going to set the tone for what is to come for your business and for your team. So most importantly, I want you guys to show up as leaders. Okay, this is an incredible business that is giving so much to so many. So ask yourself, why not you? And please,
I think you mean so many giving this business so much.
Please, I want one promise from all of you. Promise me that you're going to end this month better than you started it, on the 1st. Better than you ended it, on the end of last month. Did that make any sense? Promise me that you are going to end this month better than you ended last month, okay? Don't give yourself the flexibility and the room to end in the same place. Like, strive a little bit harder, guys. And just right now, today, I want you to recognize what is the most important in your personal business to get to that level that you haven't been able to reach. So what has held you back from your next rank? What has held you back from building momentum in your business? What What is it? What is it in your personal business? Do you not have a good relationship with your downlines? Are you always missing one market partner? Are your girls, are they not motivated towards the end of the month? Whatever it is, make sure that you analyze that beforehand so that it doesn't catch you off guard again. Be on top of the game. Be on top of your business, guys. And it can't just be when we have a team call that motivates you. I want you guys to learn to run this like a true entrepreneur. Like, make your life depend on this. Like, if
a true entrepreneur doesn't spend a bunch of time in a team call talking about your why and your and checking in on your Instagram to make sure that you're making enough posts. Okay, so if we're going to treat this like an entrepreneur, why don't you stop checking your downline's Instagrams? Oh, wait, you can't do that because this is the face of someone, this is the speech of someone who knows that she can get more than $2 million out of this downline, but she needs to, dangle a fake carrot in front of them, and manipulate them a little bit more. It's disgusting. I don't want you to, don't ever forget what I said. It's over $2 million minimum, absolute minimum revenue coming in from these people. So I want you to interpret what they're saying and remember, they're saying this to people worth millions of dollars to them. Millions of dollars.
If your life depended on this business, how would you show up? So many of us have a comfort zone, and sometimes our comfort zone is not even comfortable, right? Let me say that again. Sometimes your comfort zone is not even comfortable. You're out here, living a hard life.
Just because you say it twice doesn't mean it doesn't sound stupid the second time. It still sounded stupid both times.
Paycheck to paycheck, toxic relationships, it freaking sucks. But you're just comfortable because it's all you know. And you're literally, looking away from this blessing, from this business, because it's going to take up time and it's going to take up energy from what you are already doing, from that comfort zone that you want to get out of, guys. So make sure you are treating this accordingly. It needs your time. It needs your efforts. It needs
pockets of time.
It's the best version of you. It's going to be hard to see these big results with little effort. So I want
pockets of time. It's so easy. It's so flexible.
Us to show up for every single day.
Time freedom.
Starting today until the end of the month, ask the best version of you. Don't think that there's ever such thing as doing too much. I want you guys to do too much.
So when does the time freedom come into this exactly?
Okay, don't think like, okay, my limit, my number is 10. I'm reaching out to 10 people. No, reach out to as many people as you get the chance to today. Okay.
Yeah, I only got $2 million from you guys last month, so I need to motivate you harder because that was not enough for me. Again, where's the time freedom again? What?
Set those big goals and don't stop, and make sure that you bring your team with you. If you know that your girls are falling behind, like, pour that life into them. If you are motivated, don't only motivate you and your downline, but also share on the chat. So I just wanted to share a little bit of what was on my heart, but I am
what have I told you? What have I told you? Nothing good ever comes from someone talking about something that's been on their heart. Ever. As a rule, and it's been proven again. This was on her heart. This was on her heart.
Personally very happy with some of the work that I've been seeing from my team. And this is the moment for you guys to reflect. Like, I gave you a few of the main things, simple things that these girls are doing that are bringing results in their business. And reflect on the word simple, guys. Everything that we have to do in this business is simple. Create the content, right? do the calls, have the conversations, do the follow ups. It's not difficult, but it's the work and it has to get done. So that's all that I have for you guys. I love you all. I literally hope that all of your businesses have huge breakthroughs this month. And if you're going through a rough season,
Wow. I mean, it's so nice of her to care so much about them, you know? And I'm sure it's just out of the goodness of her heart and because she cares so deeply about their success, and certainly not because their businesses are worth literally over $2 million to her. Probably way more than that if they do what she is asking of them. I'm sure that has nothing to do with why she wants them to be successful.
understand that that's life and it comes in seasons. And just because your business isn't thriving right now doesn't mean it won't be thriving in 3 months, doesn't mean it won't be thriving in 2 months, but it can't thrive unless you're giving it your all. Okay, so stop wishing for the blessing without coming in hot with the work ethic. The work ethic is necessary. Be
Time freedom, pockets of time.
relentless, be resilient. Okay, that's when you'll deserve it, when you show up every single day like a badass, because you guys are all badasses.
So let's just remember this. Next time you hear them say time freedom, it's so easy, it's super simple, pockets of time. No, you have to show up every single day. I don't have to show up for my real job every single day, like a badass. And if you don't, they're going to be checking your fucking Instagram to nag you all the goddamn time. Even you can't even sign out on social media. Are you kidding me? Can you, like, that would be so fucking miserable. What a nightmare. Absolute nightmare.
Bianca, did we lose them? I don't see their face.
I just
Oh, thank God. So, you know, when I feel like I'm unmotivated or like I need advice, I'm always like, you know, where's a 25-year-old who can tell me what life is about? Where's a 25-year-old who can tell me what they think? Here we go. Here's Bianca the scammer, here to save the fucking day. I guess she's not on a group chat. She's here on a Zoom call. Let's go.
I just want to scream, and Bianca told me to scream. So
What? You guys are nuts. Anyways, love you all. Mwah.
I'm like, I just want to scream because there's so much I want to say. And okay, number one, Veronica spoke about confidence. Okay, how this business is based on confidence. And a lot of you are like, I don't have the confidence. I don't feel confident. I'm going to tell you guys a secret. Number one, I wasn't confident either. Okay. But number two,
Did I throw you off?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'll tell you how you can build your confidence. You're going to build your confidence by getting small wins and small results. And you're going to get small wins and small results by working every single day, by showing up.
Time freedom. Pockets of time, you guys. Pockets of time.
Every single day, by getting out of your comfort zone every single day, by reading a book and talking on your stories. Like, guys, that is the secret to confidence. Okay, doing a little team call, confidence booster. I was not confident when I started this business. I had so many insecurities, so many. Okay, my accent was a huge insecurity of mine, and I still have the accent, and I'm not insecure about it anymore, because how many team calls have I done? And clearly you guys can understand me perfectly, right? Confidence booster. So a lot of you are like, oh, but I'm not confident like Joe and Veronica and Bianca. Like, oh, but I'm not. You make yourself confident by showing up to do the work. Okay. Something else Veronica said. Maybe
if you need confidence, you don't need to join a pyramid scheme, you know, and practice by pressuring your downlines. Okay. There's such a thing as like Toastmasters. You can build confidence. Okay. Also, the outfits. This is a business call. Where is the professionalism? Yeah, I'm in a tank top, but I'm on YouTube. I'm not in a business call where I'm giving orders to my subordinates. Okay? I would not accept orders from someone dressed like this. I would be like, why don't we reschedule this call for when you are dressed appropriately? When you are dressed in a way that is respectful before you start giving me orders. Why don't you sign out, go change, and come back? You can tell that I'm a manager, kind of. It's coming out. It's coming out. But it's so rude. It is so rude to show up. We're giving our time. We shouldn't have to be on this fucking Zoom call. There are 834 of us giving our time to you. You're taking up 45 minutes of our time so that you can spout your bullshit. The least you could do is dress appropriately. What is with the sweatshirts? What is with the sweatshirts and the giggling? Can you be respectful of our time, please? I would be so clicked out of this by now. Jesus.
Your business isn't thriving right now, but think 3 months down the line, 6 months down the line. You guys want to know another secret? The work you
I just want to make it clear here. I would just like to highlight that, that for the top of this upline, 6 months down the line is over $1 million more. For 6 months of the people on this call is over $1 million. So yeah, just remember that. Remember the financial context of this.
You do and don't do today, it's going to affect your business 60 days from now, 90 days from now. The people you recruit today are going to be your dream team, your hustlers 60 days from now, 90 days from now. So stop living in like, right now my business sucks. Right now no one is signing up with me. And start thinking of what work am I doing today that's going to get me those dream market partners in a month, in 2 months, in 3 months. How many trainings am I doing that are going to like just level up my team in the next couple months?
I'm so sorry, but the professionalism here, if I were in this meeting, I would be like, excuse me, Bianca, am I boring you? Am I boring you? Am I boring you, Bianca? Okay, we all have to be here, so why don't you sit the fuck up, stop looking at your phone for like 20 minutes, okay, while we have to fucking listen to your ass. The professionalism is unbelievable. The amount of disrespect they're showing to the 834 people on this call is unbelievable. It is unbelievable. It is so disrespectful. It is so rude. I'm going to show up dressed like this, behaving like this, and not even have the courtesy to pay attention to their own speech. It's so fucking rude.
What you do today is not reflective today, okay? Good and bad. If you take a week off, you probably won't see your numbers drastically suffer this week, but I promise you it's going to affect you in the future and in the long run. So always keep...
You take an entire week off and it doesn't drastically affect your numbers. What? That's what a joke this is, okay? How are you not making any sales or any, in what business can you not make any sales for a week and it doesn't drastically affect your numbers? What?
Keep that in mind. And I want to talk a little bit about urgency. You guys know that's like one of my favorite words, and clearly we have a lost urgency because less than 10 people out of 900 have re-ranked and it's the 17th. So what is urgency? Urgency is taking swift action, moving quick, almost moving without thinking too much about it. Because once we start thinking about it, guys, we get in our heads. Like Mel Robbins says, or was it Julie Stevens? I don't know which one, but it's, it takes 2 seconds of insane courage to make a decision. Mel, okay? And 2 seconds without thinking, you say yes. 2 seconds without thinking, you get on a live. 2 seconds without thinking, you start the team call. And then you figure it out. The problem is that we take so long to think about it, and then we start thinking of what could go wrong, and what could people say, and what if it doesn't work out, and what if she doesn't answer, and then we end up not taking action. So we need to go back to practice being a little more urgent, because remember that your mind does not know the perception of time. Okay, your mind knows what we tell it. So I tell my mind that the end of the month is tomorrow, which is why I'm an SED and I'm already re-ranked. My mind doesn't know it's the 17th. My mind knows that
do you want us to call an ambulance? If you don't know it's the 17th, you probably are having like a stroke or something. Do you need us to call for an ambulance?
I need to re-rank. What are you telling your mind? Your mind doesn't know if it's morning or night, if it's the first.
If you don't know if it's morning or night, again, I would suggest calling an ambulance.
First of the month or the 20th of the month, which is why I find it so silly when people wait for next Monday to wake up and go to the gym, for next month to really go hard on their business, for, this time. Guys, your mind doesn't know anything. Your mind knows what you tell it.
What? Okay, me and my mind are the same thing. Like, consciousness is what my brain does. My mind is what my brain does. Like, what are you talking about? Okay, I don't know what they're doing over there at Monat, but it is some hardcore shit, I guess.
So when are you starting? When are you making changes? When are you making moves? And why are
you getting out of my face?
You waiting? While you're waiting, there's people with urgency that are getting stuff done, okay? Like Veronica said.
Then call them.
You guys wait for the calls to get, to get.
You're the one who picked me, who just loved my profile and picked me for your downline. If I don't have the urgency that you should have selected for when you were in your non-hiring process, that's your fault. This is a failure of hiring then, because you don't screen people when you hire them, because anybody who pays, welcome to Monat.
Motivated to get hyped and be like, yes, yes, yes. And then the call ends and you don't do anything. Or you learn all this information. You know how to get market partners. You know how to get VIPs. You know how to get on a live, but you don't do anything. Knowing is not enough. You must be willing to apply. Being willing is not enough. We must do. So yeah, I'm willing to go live, but when are you going to do it?
I swear to God, if a 25-year-old talked to me like this, they wouldn't need to worry about now until the end of the month, because I would fucking slap them into next week.
I know what I have to do, but I'm scared. Knowing is nothing, okay? Why do you think some of the, less qualified people are some of the top earners in this company? Julie Stevens was a dropout. She's no genius, and look at everything she's accomplished. You don't need.
That was rude. Why are you bragging that people who aren't qualified are being promoted in your company? How anyone stays and listens to this is beyond me. I would have slapped the shit out of them if I were in the same room. Well, I wouldn't have, but I would have won. I would have left before slapping the shit out of them.
You need to be the smartest person in the group. You just need to be the one that's actually doing the work. Willing is great. Everyone is willing to show up. Everyone is willing to do this business. You guys all signed up, right? But who's actually taking action? And most importantly, who is actually taking messy action? Because when you make mistakes, that's when you learn. And when you learn a lesson and you do it again and you apply what you learned, that's when you grow. And that's when you get confidence. So
I would suggest that if that's the only way you are growing and learning, that you find another way real fast, because that's going to get real old.
question is, and why I wanted to scream, is like, what are you guys waiting for? I saw some of you like, my team is not recruiting, my numbers aren't moving as they should, my girls aren't showing up, my girls aren't motivated. What are you doing? How many have you recruited? How many VIPs have you brought in? How many calls have you hosted? Guys, it goes back to you. Stop blaming your team.
Yeah, well, I'm with you on the stop blaming your team. You know, let's talk to Rachel Hollis. But do you see what you're doing? It is so hypocritical. So she's chewing her team out for blaming their team.
What I always tell people, like, why are you putting your dreams and your aspirations?
Bianca, are we boring you? Do you need to leave? It is so unprofessional. It's so fucking rude. This is one of the many reasons why you are not an entrepreneur. You are not a business leader. You're not a business owner. This is how you behave. This is not the conduct of a professional or a business owner. Not whatsoever. Not remotely. This would be totally unacceptable behavior in just about any real business. I swear to God, at my company, you show up to a meeting like that, I would be like, do you need to go change and come back when you're dressed appropriately? Excuse me, do you need to take your terrible attitude home and come back when you have an appropriate attitude that is respectful of others and is professional? Because this is not the way that you behave in a meeting. It is totally unacceptable. Unacceptable, completely inappropriate. I don't know how these people think that they are professionals, think that they are business owners. Maybe they've never seen professionalism before. I don't know. But this is not it. This ain't it.
Operations in the hands of someone who doesn't want it or who doesn't take it seriously. I promise you guys, if this was your only job and you had no other income and you had no help, and this depended on if you were feeding your children today or if you were feeding your family today, you guys wouldn't be as lenient as you are. You guys wouldn't be as hesitant. You would do it scared. Like, you need to get food on the table. And that's how I treat this business. And that's how Veronica and Bianca treat this business. And yeah, we're not struggling to get food on the table, but we know that just how we got up here, if we don't continue working, we can get down here. And we know that if we don't continue recruiting and we're complacent with the 3 girls or the 5 girls we got last month, our business is going to be stagnant in the next 3 or 6 months, because not everyone we recruit is going to run with us the way some of us are willing to run. Okay?
You noticed how not a single word up to this point has been about sales. Not a single word about selling products.
Something about collaboration that I feel like a lot of us aren't doing. You know, when we're all talking about who are girls that are running, who are girls that have results, because don't get me wrong, there's a lot of you that are behind and sleeping, but there's a handful of you that are running, that are ranking up, that are having your best months, that are breaking all types of records. And when we're looking at the 2 groups, guys, it's the people that are collaborating. It's the people that are working together. Like, we had lunch or dinner, whatever, with some girls in after the New York event, and the way they just collaborate with each other and their sidelines, and they take the initiative to do their own calls and to do their events together. There was a couple of girls that went to the event by themselves and sat in a table with random people and got their Instagrams and their phone numbers to collaborate and to work together. Feeding off of other people's energy is a real thing. If we
Yeah, but I mean, usually it's some kind of like horror movie evil force that is feeding off people's energy.
do it till this day, you guys should all be doing it starting off your business. Who is your running buddy? Who is your group of people that you're like, okay, we're all going for MMB. What are we going to do today?
Why is my running buddy any of your business?
A lot of you guys don't have that. And I have this little quote here that I wrote down, and it says, if necessity is the mother of invention, urgency is the uncle of change. The progress slows, then it stops, and then it reverses. And I think a lot of
Rachel Hollis. No, wait. It's... And then it flips it and reverses it. Missy Elliott said that. It's your feminist swang, yeah.
you can relate to that. At one point you were up, then you were like stagnant, maintaining, and now you're down. Now you're not even re-ranking.
He's not even attributing it.
You know why? Because the necessity is no longer there and the urgency is no longer there. So why is it no longer there? What has changed? What is...
I had to listen to my very toxic upline tell me about what I'm doing wrong. And they're super rude and super disrespectful. And so that's where my urgency went. And then maybe your urgency you can take and shove up your ass. So it's my idea for where all the urgency is and where all the urgency should go.
Keeping you just, stagnant. I don't want to say unmotivated because, guys, a lot of us are unmotivated a lot of the time. But why are you not moving forward? What excuses are you feeding into? Why are you being so lenient with yourself? And your team is not an excuse. Because I have a team too, and I have a team of people that work and a team of people that don't work. And guess what? The ones that don't work, I continue and I get a new one and I move on. And the last thing I want to say before I give it over to B, and maybe if you were in the New York event, you heard me say this, and I briefly touched it on my stories, but guys, I feel this so much in my heart and it hurts me.
See, it's on their heart. Okay, it hurts her because this represents money to her.
Okay, you guys are the most supportive group of people I've ever met. I receive so much love from you guys, from all Monat followers. Like, you want to talk about feeling like a princess? You guys make me feel like a princess. And what hurts me is that when we post a win, like when I posted 3MDC, the messages I got from you guys were so beautiful, so nice, so encouraging. And I actually read them all. And they're like, Joe, you're just getting started. MDC next. You got this. You're the best. Like, the most beautiful things ever. Like, you guys believe in me. And I'm wondering, how many of you say that to yourself? How many of you...
All right, so we don't know what day it is. We don't know if it's morning or night. We're talking to ourselves.
believe you're just getting started? How many of you believe you're getting to 5MDC? It kind of feels like you guys believe more in me than in yourselves. And that's heartbreaking because I already believe in myself.
It's heartbreaking, but it's logical. This is some first class manipulation right here. Remember, over $2 million that she's talking to. Don't think of it as 834 people. She's talking to $2 million.
Need anyone else to believe in me. But a lot of you believe in me. You know why? Because I've shown you results. And I've shown you results because I've put in the work every single day.
Because you guys had to buy starter kits and you guys have to buy PV, and I get a cut of that every month. And then I whip that money back out and show it to you, and you guys go, oh, results. Yeah, that came out of your pocket. She's just showing it to you again.
So how about you show yourself your own results? How about as you guys feel so
I can't show you my own results because you currently have them in your bank account.
proud of me and what I've accomplished, why don't you feel proud of yourself? What have you done to say those words to yourself, to show that love to yourself, that encouragement? Listen, I love it. I don't want you guys to take this the wrong way, but it hurts me because I know a lot of you say it to me.
I'm sorry, what's the right way to take this?
Say it to B, say it to Veronica, and don't say it to yourself. And what's the difference between us and you guys? Nothing.
I'm a good person.
It's hard. That's not for people like me. That's not for people from where I'm from. You're not going to make it. It's a fact. I don't care how hard you work. If you don't believe it, you are not going to make it. You can quote me on that. So I want you guys to go back and work on that too. Because I feel like the self-belief is not there. And you know why it's not there? Because you guys aren't getting results. And you guys aren't getting results because the work isn't being put in. Maybe you don't make this a priority. Maybe you had a rough week or a rough month and you think that's it. Remember, we're not here for instant gratification. We're entrepreneurs. We have to adapt that
Entrepreneurs don't talk like this on in business meetings.
entrepreneur mindset of I'm going to bust my ass for 3 months, for 6 months, for a year, because the results are coming later. Okay? Are you settling for a $500 weekly paycheck because it's easy? Or are you willing to work really hard for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months to then have a lifestyle, have freedom, have growth, and have money that a regular job wouldn't give you, a regular employer wouldn't give you?
And yet for this, you got to show up every day. And if your social media is not on every day, they're going to be knock, knock, knock. What the fuck's going on? The duality is incredible. Incredible.
I want to remind you guys that besides the money, this business is more about becoming a better person, growing.
Well, it's not very good at it, is it? What a load of bullshit. There's no such thing as a business that is not about money. Okay? I just want to make sure that's very clear. So if anyone ever says this business isn't about money, it's about their lying.
Getting to that next level of yourself, growing your mind, believing in yourself.
Monat is not how you expand your mind. You expand your mind with LSD.
How many of you are actually taking advantage of that? Or are you just waiting for your upline to motivate you on the chat? Are you just waiting for someone to say,
Bianca, are we boring you?
on the podcast so you can listen? Are you waiting for a VIP to come knock on your door and tell you they want to buy the products? If you are not hustling, it is not going to happen. I am here to remind you that this is not easy. It is simple, but it is challenging to the mind. Okay, and if you are not strong up here, or if you're not working on this daily, you're going to feel like this is unattainable. And that's why there's the 2% that makes it, because we are the ones that keep pushing, keep hustling, and keep showing up. So you guys are here for a reason. Don't just get on this call to listen to us, to post us, and to go to sleep and say you worked for this day, for today. Get on this call and reflect and talk to yourself. What have I done? What do I deserve? Do I deserve that MMB rank? Do I deserve that market mentor? Do I deserve to quit my job? Do I deserve that paycheck? Have you been putting in the work? Remember, if you're not where you want
I'm getting dizzy from how many circles we've talked in by now.
to be, there's only one person to blame for that, and it's yourself. So I want you guys to take more accountability. Like Veronica asked you in the beginning of this call, have you looked back as to last month and this month? Are you guys really going to allow yourself to end worse than this month? Like, are we just going to keep going backwards and backwards and backwards? Or are you going to push yourself to match it and do better? It's always about being a little bit better every single day. And when we split up our work into every single day, doing it over and over again, it doesn't feel as exhausting as some of you feel. Because you guys are like super hard worker, then take 2 weeks off, then post for a week, then take 2 weeks off. That's not realistic. So go back and check your work and check your progress. And before you point fingers at anyone, check yourself and ask yourself, what have I done? And that's what you deserve in return.
Okay, I do agree with that. If you're in Monat right now, I want you to look in the mirror and go, what have I done?
Are you okay there?
No.
Again, the professionalism is seriously lacking. Why are you not prepared? I just had to listen to you talk in circles for like ever. Okay? Felt like I was in a tire fire with how many circles you were talking in. Unbelievable. Let's continue. God, can you imagine being forced to sit on this call? I'm probably going to make more money off of this call than anyone in this downline.
Hello, everyone. It's been a minute, but I have a lot to say.
Good.
So, the first thing I'm going to start with, I was actually doing a leadership call for Melissa, one of my girls. And
Oh, Melissa. Melissa, isn't that who you bought a rank for last month?
we got very candid, and I was just giving my personal opinions on my experience and elevating to the next level. And so I think the problem...
Joanna, are we boring you? The unprofessionalism is just unlimited.
that we find in the business is that you guys are working, you're doing the work, you're posting the content, you're doing all...
Okay, if you're just gonna repeat each other, that's super rude to the people who have given their time to be on this call. Are you not comparing your notes with each other to make sure that you're not just saying the same thing as the other people who presented? Because, like, why do we have to listen to the same thing 3 times?
all that, right? But you're not really changing as an individual. There's this quote, everyone thinks of changing the world, but no one thinks of changing themselves first.
Rachel Hollis.
And so what I kind of want you to...
No attribution.
take away from this call is that it's a cycle. And what you
I agree. We're going in circles.
give is what you'll get. And the problem, I think, lies with you guys waiting for the magic.
Don't blame your team. Don't blame your downline. But the problem is you guys.
Magic to happen. And you guys not understanding that you are the magic. And so what happens is
Are we clear here? Don't blame your team. Don't blame your downline. The problem is you guys. It's you guys. It's all these things you guys are doing and all these things you guys are not doing. That's the problem. But don't blame your downline like I'm doing.
market partners, you're waiting to recruit the dream market partner. You're waiting for the dream team. You're waiting for all these little things to align. All the while, you're not developing.
Not a word about sales. So far, I believe we've heard about selling products in one sentence so far.
Yourself as an individual. And when you develop yourself, how can you expect a level 10 business if you personally, mentally operate at a level 4? And that's what you guys need to grasp. Your business will grow as much as you grow. Your checks, your bank account will only grow as much as you grow. So if you're sitting there doing the work, posting the content, creating the content, getting on the team calls, all those things, and you're doing the trainings and stuff, but you're not actually doing the personal development that...
If your company asks you, first of all, Bianca, I'm sorry. I think there might have been a technical glitch because it sounded like you were speaking to me in this business meeting with a completely inappropriate tone, so I'm going to assume that was a technical glitch. Would you like to try again? Or would you, oh my god. And so, if you get that tone, you have a terrible boss. Second of all, I would recommend that you find another job if any job ever tells you that you have to do personal development, like reading bullshit books and shit. Okay? So notice that before it was like, oh, well, you guys aren't doing the work. Now it's like, okay, you're doing the work, but you're not doing the personal development. So you guys basically aren't doing the brainwashing exercises that we need you to do. So, again, they're doing all of the requirements. They're doing the social media. They're doing all of that. They're going on these fucking team calls to get yelled at. They're going into Bianca's group chat so that they can give her money when she demands it, so that Melissa and her can rank up. Okay, they're doing all of those things, and she's here screaming at you, actually screaming at you for not doing the brainwashing exercises that she needs you to do, but this is just pockets of time, you guys. Pockets of time freedom, oh my god. I would have to leave if this were an in-person meeting. So it's a good thing it's virtual. I would have to leave before I fucking slapped them into next week.
It takes to become a strong individual who looks at obstacles as lessons, then
looks at their team members as people to pressure into helping them buy their and their sisters' ranks so that they can go fuck around in Miami.
And you're wasting your time. Literally, quite frankly, that's the best way to put it.
Let me tell you what you're doing on this call right now. You're wasting our time. Joanna here is not even paying attention. She doesn't even have the courtesy or the respect to respect our time. Sorry, it makes me so angry how disrespectful they're being of this entire downline's time. They're expecting them to give their time to listen to them talk round and round in a circle and scream at them because they're not giving them enough cash every month. And they have the nerve to not give them the respect and decency to fucking pay attention, or at least pretend to pay attention, or pretend to give the slightest bit of interest to this nonsense that you're talking. It's unbelievable. It's so unprofessional. And then it's so infuriating to hear them talk about how they're entrepreneurs. This is their professional conduct in a meeting, though. It's unbelievable. So I think that's where we're going to split here, because she's wasting our time. Actually, I might put the second half as a part 2, and we'll just react to this whole call. But that's where I'm going to split it for now, because otherwise this video is going to get a hella long. I have this bad habit of not realizing how long my reaction videos get, because I have more to say back to them than I think that I do. And this original Zoom call was 50 minutes long. So, we're probably going to do a part 2, maybe, if I feel like it. We'll see, okay? But that's what we're going to end it, because they're, kind of going in circles, and this is going to get super long. I've been Mack. Peace out. Bye!